Behind José Rizal's serious intellect was a hopeless romantic. His global travels were a wild journey of love letters and broken hearts. Here is the quick history of the 10 women he loved. First up, Julia Celeste Smith in Laguna. Rizal was just 15 when he saw her catching butterflies by a river. It was an innocent teenage crush, but it set a lifelong pattern. Rizal was easily captivated by beauty. Later that year came Segunda Katagback, smitten by her soulful eyes. Rizal visited her constantly and sketched her portrait, but paralyzed by teenage shyness. He never confessed. By the time he gathered his courage, he found out she was already engaged to someone else. Rizal adapted fast. Next was his neighbor, Leonor Valenzuela, or Orang, to keep the romance a secret from her parents. Rizal used his chemistry skills to send love notes written in invisible saltwater ink. She had to heat the paper over a lamp just to read his words. Then came Leonor Rivera, his distant cousin and the great love of his life. They were deeply devoted, but when Rizal left for Europe, Leonor's terrified mother intercepted and hid all his letters. Believing she was abandoned, a heartbroken Leonor married a British engineer. Rizal wept like a child when he found out. She died a few years later, immortalized forever as Maria Clara. To cope with his broken heart in Madrid, Rizal courted Consuelo Ortega Guirre. He wrote her beautiful poetry, but backed off before things got serious, partly because his heart still belonged to Leonor, and partly because his close friend was also madly in love with Consuelo. Loyalty came first. In Tokyo, Rizal met Osei-san, the cultured daughter of a former samurai. She became his tutor, teaching him Japanese art and language. Rizal was so happy, he seriously considered throwing away his political life to stay with her forever, but choosing duty over paradise, he boarded a ship to the west. Next stop, London. His landlord's daughter, Gertrude Beckett, fell head over heels for him while helping him with his clay sculptures. Realizing he couldn't return her deep feelings, Rizal abruptly packed his bags and fled to Paris to avoid leading her on. A brief stop in Brussels led to a sweet, passing romance with Suzanne Jacobi at her busy boarding house. Though Rizal quickly moved on to his next destination, Suzanne was deeply smitten, continuing to send him longing, affectionate letters long after he departed. In France, his love life almost turned fatal. Rizal courted the wealthy Nelly Bousted, but the hot-tempered General Antonio Luna was also in love with her. At a party, a drunk Luna insulted Nelly, prompting Rizal to challenge him to a sword duel to the death. Luckily, Luna sobered up and apologized. The romance eventually collapsed because Nelly demanded Rizal convert to Protestantism. The final chapter takes us to Dapitan, where Rizal was exiled. Here, 18-year-old Josephine Bracken arrived seeking treatment for her blind stepfather. Rizal fell deeply in love. The church refused them a marriage license, so they took private vows on the beach. She lived as his wife and stayed by his side until his final hours at Fort Santiago.